Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on the latest as usual. We start with Rafinha as Barca have seen their appeal got rejected by the Spanish Federation after Rafinha's two-match ban for red card after elbowing a Getafe defender. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Neymar, as Neymar's hopes to returning to Barca, according to new reports, is fading away. There were reports earlier saying that he would like to come back to Barca in 2025 when his contract with Al Hilal comes to an end. But the way things are going, Neymar is changing the idea. We are also going to discuss about that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca's opening game of La Liga this season was far from ideal as they were held a goalless draw by a stubborn Getafe side away from home. The game saw Brazilian winger Rafinha got sent off in the final stages of the first half for landing a strong airball on opponent player Gaston Alvarez. As such, it is expected that Rafinha will be handed a two-match ban for that incident against Getafe. Now, according to Ferran Correas of Sport, Barca have been trying so hard to take steps in order to try to ensure that Rafinha is not banned for two games or more. Following the departure of Dembele to PSG last week, Rafinha has become an even more integral part of Xavi's plans and Barca. As such, it is not surprising to see the reigning champions take measures to try and limit the player's suspension to a minimum possible. To that end, Barca launched an appeal to try and stop the Brazilian international from being suspended for up to two games. Barca reportedly cited two reasons to support their argument for Rafinha so that he won't be suspended for those two games. For starters, Barca will present images that they did present images that show Rafinha was provoked by several Getafe players before his elbow to Gaston Alvarez. While the player may have lost his cool, Barca wished to highlight the underhand tactics deployed by Getafe and how the latter had crossed their limits on more than one occasion. In addition, Barca also considered that referee Soto Grado was not accurate enough in his officiating and also in drafting of the official match report. While the referee wrote up that the Brazilian's action took place when the ball was in play but not in dispute, the Catalans have remarked that the incidents took place during a move by the attacker to receive the ball. It will be interesting, however, to see if Barca will still launch appeal because they have been refused their first appeal in their efforts to reduce Rafinha's ban. For now, though, he is set to miss the matches against Cadiz and Villarreal, and the likes of Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal, Ace Abde could be options for Xavi Hernandez to replace the Brazilian. Of course, Rafinha was deserved of the red card. I have no argument about that. The elbow was too harsh. What he did to that guy was so harsh, and he deserved a red. He deserved a red. Xavi had no qualms about that. But the fact is, there was a lot of provocation. There was a lot of provocation. Even Xavi himself said it after that game against Getafe. He said before Rafinha did what he did, which was not correct, but he was provoked. He was provoked because the tactical fouls that those guys were making were so much. There were so much, you know. And that is how the team of Bordelas have always been. He has always been that man who make his team to be so cruel, especially when playing in. Especially I don't know, especially when playing against Barca, it's always different. Always different. He knows how to frustrate the hell out of Barca, and that is what we saw. The game was too boring. Barca themselves did not even play well in the first place. I've always said that Barca have to improve. Xavi, let's just be seeing how the season unfolds, because honestly, I was not happy at all. I was not pleased with the way Barca played. Let's not just put all the blames on the fact that the players were fouling us a lot, the referee was doing this, the referee was doing that, but we did not create chances to win that game. Lewandowski was isolated majority of that game. What did we do? We did nothing as champions should do. We did nothing. Rafinha's red card was a very useless one, very uncalled for, because doing that it cost the team. Because had it been Rafinha was there, I think we could have stood more chance to even win a slender 1-0 victory, right? As we have been doing in the past. But it wasn't meant to be. So we just have to keep our heads up, focus on the next game. Life moves on. We know that we play badly. Let's not start looking for excuses up, left, right, center, just to cover our heads. We played poor. We played poor. We did not play the best game, and so there is a big room for improvement. Xavi should understand that. So our next game is against Cadiz, which will be at home. Of course, we need to improve and we need to start winning games. We need to start winning games. Goals are not coming. If Lewandowski will be isolated like that throughout the season, then where is Xavi taking us to? Because he's trying to change Lewandowski's style of play, which makes no sense. Lewandowski is somebody who is in the box. He needs just those guys to supply him and he will score very well. You don't tell Lewandowski to start tracking back or whatever. It makes no sense. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Neymar had been heavily linked with a move back to Barca this summer, but it wasn't meant to be due to various factors. The Brazilian is now a Saudi Arabian a Saudi Arabian player. Al Hilal completed the move yesterday. It was a year ago finally. Of course, having undergone his medicals recently, the transfer is understood to be worth about 80 million for PSG, excluding bonuses, while Neymar has been handed a hefty contract by the Middle Eastern outfit. So while he may now be joining Al Hilal, Neymar is still not giving up on the hope of a future return to FC Barcelona. Indeed, according to the Cape, the attacking superstar hopes to secure a move back to Catalonia in 2 years' time after his contract with Al Hilal expires. Neymar will be signing a 2-year deal until 2025 with the Saudi Arabian Giants, with no option for a further extension. It has been previously reported that the Brazilian was trying to convince his new employers to let him join Barca on loan for 1 year, but they said no. As such, the Brazilian icon now wishes to move to Barca once his contract in Saudi Arabia is up. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.